Yeah, hi there. These comments are for LA. I'm just using your initials for privacy purposes, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at Stealth, the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And you're also one of my students at California State University, San Bernardino. And you completed an independent writing practice test number 28. And I want to take a look at your essay by looking at the organization, your development, and then your language use. So with this particular essay, I'd like to have you create a little bit more sharply focused thesis, right? So you say in the beginning, you say clam and security in my neighborhood which I live will disappear after they build a movie theater. So I think that you want to say here calm or calmness and security will disappear. But in the next paragraph you talk about the noise. I guess the noise refers back to the idea of calm, right? In your third paragraph you say it's a waste of effort and money. Now that's a point you didn't mention in your thesis, so you might consider putting that idea in there also. Now another paragraph, in paragraph 4, you say that it's unnecessary, that people are simply too busy to go to the theater. That's another idea. And then the final idea is what's called security or crime. So you think that the crime will go up? It could happen. So the bottom line here is what you want to do in the thesis, it should directly connect to those body paragraphs, which right now it doesn't really do that. So you need a little bit better introduction with a more sharply focused thesis statement. For example, you could probably do something like this. You might say, if I see an announcement of building a new movie theater in my neighborhood, comma, I will feel upset because of the noise, the expense, the unnecessariness, and the crime resulted with the movie or something. And then in each paragraph, first you can talk about the noise in paragraph 2, then you can talk about how it's too expensive in the next paragraph, then you can talk about how people are too busy and the movie will simply be unnecessary, and then you can talk about the high crime. Alright, now let's take a look at each paragraph. So, I think paragraph 2 has unity, but instead of saying nuances or nuisance, I would probably focus more on the noise, because that seems to be a key point. But the noise, I know, is a nuisance to the residents, right? So you might say, first of all, building a movie theater in my neighborhood will create a lot of noise. You state that as your topic, right? And then you go on and explain what you just did. Now, in the next paragraph, I think you have a fairly focused topic statement. You say the second important reason. You might want to say why building a movie theater in my neighborhood, or the second reason. How about the second important reason against building a movie theater in my neighborhood is because it is a waste of time and effort. Or if you want to be a little more concise, say secondly, building a new movie theater in my neighborhood is a waste of effort and money. That's even more concise. When you get to the next idea, say you might want to say another reason why a movie theater is not needed in my neighborhood is because people are too busy. But you kind of said that, but I guess so. And then your paragraph, you could probably get rid of the 1, 2, 3, your fifth paragraph where you talk about crime. You've already done a pretty good job, I'll be honest with you. You've developed your ideas in paragraphs 2, 3, and 4. To try to take on a fourth point, you probably don't have enough time to do that. So I think you should probably omit that fourth paragraph and just focus on the 3 ideas. And then, of course, you have your conclusion. Now let's talk about your grammar and your language use. So you have a lot of problems expressing your ideas, right? So I want to work with paragraph 3 now. Now what you want to do is, under the YouTube video that you're watching, I posted your particular practice test. So I'm going to make some changes to your third paragraph and then you can kind of see what those changes are. So let's start off with your third paragraph. So in the first sentence, I would probably say this. I would say, secondly, building a new movie theater in my neighborhood is a waste of time and money because there are many movie theaters already in my city. And that would all be one sentence. Now, when you get to the next idea, you can say, in fact. In fact would be a great transition word because that focuses around an important idea. So then you could say, in fact, I would say here, in fact, there is a movie theater which is only 10 minutes from my home right now. Instead of however, I would say therefore. I would use cause-effect here. Therefore, we do not need a movie theater in my neighborhood, but we do need more necessary things such as a hospital, because the nearest hospital is always, how about the nearest hospital close to us is always busy. Also library, larger supermarket, and so on. But this I would probably not talk about, because now you're bringing up a whole bunch of other topics. You want to focus around the movie theater. Don't focus around the hospital or the library or the larger supermarket. I wouldn't even bring up those ideas in this paragraph. So keep everything focused around the theater. You got a good argument. Your argument is we already have a theater, we don't need another theater. You can just say maybe we can spend our money on other things or something, and then don't bring up those other topics. That's something for another writing assignment, right? Okay, so what do we know here? I know that you can organize your body paragraphs somewhat, but I think you're having some problems with your thesis statements. Now what you can do, of course, is I'm going to give you some lessons right now that I think will be beneficial for you, that can help you make some improvements. So I'm going to kind of go over some of those things right now. Now in the writing area of my course, I'd like to have you take a look at specifically lesson number 4, where it says creating sharply focused thesis statements for the independent writing task. I'd like you to go over that particular lesson. That's going to give you some really good instruction. And also take a look at lesson number 4.1, a simple direct approach to answering the IBT independent writing tasks. And then you can take a look also at lesson number 8. It's called How to Make Your Writing More Coherent. So I think that would also be beneficial for you right now. Now, in addition to that, I think you can also improve your vocabulary and your grammar. So if you have some time, I understand you're pretty busy, but if you go through my vocabulary lesson number 3, that's going to help you improve your vocabulary. And then if you get some time each week, spend time with my grammar lesson number 7. And focus on the grammar exercises at that website. That's going to help you minimize the errors that you're making right now in your writing. Alright, so what is your score now? Let's take a look at the rubrics. You're not going to score in the 4 range. You're not going to score in the 3 range. You have too many problems, I think, with your word choice and also your sentence formation, and you didn't really have a specifically focused thesis in the beginning that connected with your topic sentences. So I think you can make some improvements. I'm going to put you right now at about 2.0 out of 5. This is probably where your essay would score on the TOEFL IBT. This is going to give you about 14 points out of 30 on this particular writing task. Alright, anyway, thank you very much for completing the writing assignment, and I would advise you to, if you get some time, go through those recommended lessons, and that's going to help prepare you for the final exam in this class.